Did I not raise you for better? How many times have I told you you have to be what? You have to be what?
Twice.
What?
Twice as good.
Twice as good as them to get half of what they have.
It's your boy Captain Hunter coming at you again. Thank you so much for checking out this particular video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The bottom of the screen there says rate, subscribe, and share. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. Really appreciate it. So I did a couple of stories actually about Miss Tiffany Henyard, and I wanted to, and I thought about, the complexities that in particular black women, or black women have as far as leadership positions. And I kind of went on a little tangent there in the other video talking about how I think that it looks when people are put in positions with the expectations of difference, and there is no difference. It's one of the reasons that there was always this big push to get more black police officers, because when you get more black police officers, then you would have then the expectation is that they would treat people within the community differently. And unfortunately, a lot of research has been demonstrating that that's not always the case, that they're just as mean, just as rough, just as likely to use force, refuse to engage in de-escalation tactics and techniques, etc., etc. So the expectation again is that when you put females in positions that males, in particular white males, have traditionally held, that they're going to be different, having been the downtrodden, having been the oppressed, the suppressed. So therefore, the expectation is that they're going to be a different type of way and act in different ways. Enter Tiffany Henyard from Dalton, Illinois, and all the situations she's got going on there. And as I was going through the video, I also thought about Miss Fani Willis and the situation that she had going on down in Atlanta, Georgia. That whole county down there, Fulton County, I think it is. So I went and looked up and said to myself, what's the latest and greatest with her? What's going on with her and all that kind of stuff. So lo and behold, I come across this story, which I was kind of sad about, but at the same time, it kind of shows that when we put ourselves in different positions, that there's going to be some expectations of what's going on. So let's read through the story here. Let's see. I should have put this on the other screen here. So leaders of Georgia's Fulton County testified Friday before a special Senate committee that they had no legal power to control District Attorney Fanny Willis' spending of her hiring of former Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. If we all saw that debacle, remember that situation that was going on in February when they were trying to get her disqualified from the case of prosecuting former President Trump for his attempts to control the election outcome back at that time. So she went before the she went on stand, or took the stand, and trying to, and in my estimation, try to bully her way. And, her attitude was stunk and all that kind of stuff. I didn't appreciate any of that, and that's why I'm doing this video, because I think that your attitude matters, right? Listen, let's just be very clear and obvious. And there is a perception about us's. There's a perception about us, and there's a perception about black women. And when you go up there and you show your tail, as the as the old folks would say, when you go up there and show your tail, this sparks a lot of outrage, and it's quite embarrassing. And that's what I thought that she did when she went on this, when she took the stand, and she was given attitude and all this kind of stuff. I don't think it came off well, and I don't think that it boded well. But that's my opinion. Let me know your thoughts and your opinion. So anyway, so that's what happened, and there were rumors about or allegations of impropriety, and you hired this guy because it was really just a payment to you and to your boyfriend, and nepotism and cronyism and all this other kind of foolishness that was going on. And so that case was essentially thrown out and said, it looked improper. The judge said essentially that it looked improper. However, there was really nothing that was really there. the case can go on, but you have to, remove this particular person, Wade. Yeah. So that's how that case ended up. So now they're still digging into her, her finances. It's not ended with her, and she's got as this article is going to tell us, she's got she's facing re-election going on. Who knows whether she's going to get a re-election? And I'm sure that this is another stunt to try to get her removed from the ballot and all that kind of stuff, right? And I'm assuming, number one, because they probably don't like her, and number two, they're hoping if she gets removed from the ballot, then this whole thing against former President Trump will go away. All of that kind of stuff. The Republican-led committee, that's who they are, is probing Willis' hiring of Wade to lead a team to investigate and ultimately prosecute President Donald Trump and 18 others accused illegally trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. I think I said 2016. It was 2020. Willis and Wade have acknowledged a romantic relationship with each other. In one example of the kind of threats Willis has been receiving, federal officials announced that a California man was indicted on April 24th of charges of transmitting interstate threats against Willis. Ryan Buchanan, the U.S. attorney in Atlanta, said Mark Schultz, 66, of Chula Vista, made threatening comments against Willis in the comment streams of 2 YouTube videos in October, pledging violence and murder, including a statement that she will be killed like a dog. Now, certainly, I don't approve of any of that type of stuff, right? If you don't like people, you vote them out of office, you impeach them, all that kind of stuff, right? So we're not going to tolerate that kind of stuff. But so I do feel bad that and I think that she even testified to this during the trial, that she had to move, and she had a house that she hadn't lived in a long time because her family members she and her family members were getting all kind of death threats, and here's another proof of that. So you can say what you want about their leadership style and about their allegations of impropriety, but you don't get the right to threaten them. That's unacceptable and intolerable. Schultz's indictment wasn't available in online court records on Friday. Those records show Schultz appeared before a judge in San Diego on Thursday and was released on bail. A federal public defender representing Schultz didn't immediately return an email seeking comment Friday. Buchanan said Schultz would be formally arraigned in Atlanta in June. So he's got to go to Atlanta and answer these type of charges. Now, to answer the question that I hear you all asking is why would the judge let this guy on in jail, and isn't he nuts and all that kind of stuff? Well, there's all kind of different procedures and processes that the judges will have to abide by, and showing the determination of the seriousness of the threat, his ability to carry out the threat, and all that. And you can't really hold people in prison or in jail or in county lockup, etc., because of these types of things, right? They have to be able to be released for some other things, and they did provide some type of proof that he would show up in court, and that is in essence in what the bail is. So you can't just hold people in prison because you don't like what they said, or because they threatened a county official or threatens whoever. They still have the right to constitutional right to be released, right? They're still innocent and still until proven guilty. Trump and some other defendants in the case have tried to get Willis and her office removed from the case, saying the relationship with Wade created a conflict of interest. Wade stepped down from the prosecutor after Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee in March found no conflict of interest existed that should force Willis off the case, but he ruled that Willis could continue prosecuting Trump only if Wade left. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, but if there's no proof and why you force one person off, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I think that again, I'm not a lawyer, but I was really shocked at how much that judge let go on for that particular ruling. I thought it was an extremely disrespectful show to the legal process by Miss Willis. I thought that was extremely bad taste. Trump and others are appealing that ruling to a higher state court. Yeah, I don't blame him for doing that. I thought it was... The allegations that Willis had improperly benefited from her romance with Wade resulted in a tumultuous months in the case, as intimate details of Willis's and Wade's personal lives were aired in court in mid February. The serious charges in one of 4 criminal cases against the Republican former president were largely overshadowed by the love lives of the prosecutors. Yeah, it was interesting. Willis told reporters Friday that she had done nothing wrong. They can look all they want. Willis said the DA's office has done everything according to the books. We are following the law. I'm sorry the folks get mad when everybody in society can't be prosecuted. Willis is running for re-election this year and faces a Democratic opponent, Christian Wise Smith, in a May 21st primary. Early voting for that election is ongoing. Is Willis Republican? Someone's going to say I should have done my research. Is Willis Republican? Let me try to Google this here. Political party. Oh, political party Democrat. I don't know if you guys can see that here. So, political party, it says Democrat. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, political party Democrat. All right, so let's get back to the other article there. Let's get back to that. Okay. But the lawyer who initiated the effort to remove Willis, Ashley Merchant, has also claimed that Wade's firing violated a state law that required approval of the hiring of a special prosecutor by the county commission. So, in other words, this guy shouldn't have been hired in the first place, right? Because you got to run this. The allegation is you got to run this by county officials and make sure that they approve any type of hiring and money expenditures and all that. Fulton County Commissioner Chairman Rob Pitts, a Democrat, and Fulton County Attorney Sue Joe both told committee that while the law appears to require county commission approval, judges decades ago interpreted the law in such a way to give Willis the freedom, not Willis, but the prosecutor, the freedom to hire who she wants without approval. Joe, who represents the commission, cited 3 separate Georgia Court of Laws cases backing up that point. What I found is that the court has rejected the proposition that this particular statute requires a district attorney to obtain explicit permission from a county prior to appointing a special assistant district attorney set. So, it seems as if she's still continuing to dodge bullets. And I don't really have any skin in the game and all that. I just want her to be represented well and to do things in a clear and professional manner. She has no allegations or allegiance to me to answer to me at all, but I'm sure that she would say that I have done and everything's by the books, and you don't like my attitude, then I can go pound sand. But that's the issue, right? We're talking about Tiffany Henyard. We're talking about Fani Willis. We're talking about the respectability of ladies who want to be in charge, black ladies who want to be in charge. And when you purport yourself in ways that seem and appear to be less than professional, then it could have a stain and leave a reputation on all individuals who would proceed and come after you for that. So that's my 2 cents. So just keep that in mind. If and when you decide, whoever you are who's watching this, you want to run for government, understand that you are representing not only the people, but if you're a minority, you got to understand this, period. That if you are a minority, that you are representing all who have come before you and all who will come after you. So keep that in mind before you start running your mouth. Much love and peace. Hit that rate, subscribe, and share button.